The grand Whitmore estate loomed against the dawn, its icy exterior reflective of Lady Clara Whitmore's heart. Glistening under a pale sky, the estate offered a facade of warmth, but today, within its opulent halls, a bitter chill pervaded. Guests were already arriving, their laughter echoing through the lavish ballroom, a cacophony that only deepened Clara's sense of isolation. She stood near the grand staircase, adorned in a delicate gown that shimmered like fragile ice, hoping against hope that tonight would be different, yet dread coiled within her. Each lord invited tonight had whispered her name with disdain, their eyes glossing over her as if she were a mere shadow. Tonight she felt invisible among the vibrancy, a silent observer in her own life. Before we continue, tell us in the comments which city you're watching this story from. Leave your like to support the channel, and don't forget to subscribe. Your support helps this family of stories grow. As the ball flourished, Lady Clara's heart tugged with conflicting emotions. Her mother, intent on securing a match, navigated the crowd with practiced ease, beckoning suitors like a skilled puppet master, while Clara longed to be free of the burdensome expectations that loomed over her. What was more painful than being a rejected flower among a garden of competing beauties was knowing her fate rested solely in the hands of society's whims. Duty demanded she engage, feign interest, and smile at the underwhelming proposals that filled the air. She trembled at the thought of accepting a calculation, masked as love. Lord Jasper, charming and handsome yet hollow, approached with the pretense of affection. Clara averted her gaze, yearning instead for a connection that felt more profound. In a moment that seemed to freeze time, the door swung open, and Duke Edward Blackwood strode in, drawing the breath of the entire assembly. Whispers danced like flames, igniting curiosity and fear. This was no ordinary guest. He embodied an aura of danger and intrigue. Clara held her breath as he locked eyes with her, a fleeting, electric moment that sent ripples through her heart. He walked towards her, a force of nature, asking for the first dance, shattering the silence between them. For an instant the world around them dissolved. The guests, the whispers, the judgment, they vanished like shadows in daylight. With trembling hands, Clara accepted, drawn to the fierce vulnerability in his gaze, feeling a mixture of terror and elation. Was this moment an act of rebellion or the start of a new narrative? As the musicians struck the opening chords, Clara's heart raced in time with the tempo, the world fading to mere spectators. In the center of the ballroom, she found herself enveloped in Edward's steady embrace, the sharpness of his reputation forgotten. It was as if the dance communicated their unspoken fears and desires. No words were necessary. The intimacy of the waltz felt like an awakening from a prolonged slumber of solitude. Yet, Clara was aware of the disapproving murmurs around them, her heart pounding not only with joy but also fear. This was a dance fraught with consequences, tying her fate to the enigmatic Duke, whose demeanor radiated both darkness and warmth. Every step echoed the silent promise of connection she so desperately craved, though it spiraled her deeper into the labyrinth of societal judgment. As the music swelled around them, Clara found herself lost in Edward's gaze, a fire igniting amidst the chill of societal expectations. She saw beyond his feared reputation. There was depth, a vulnerability hidden beneath layers of prideful composure. The crowd watched with bated breath, each eligible lady envying her fortitude. With every twirl, Clara imagined shedding her own mask, the one that cloaked her insecurities and fears. It was in the reckless abandon of the dance that she glimpsed the possibility of love untethered from obligation. Yet, doubt gnawed at her heart. Was she brave enough to embrace this brief moment of freedom? As the waltz drew to a close, she felt the weight of her predicament pressing down, the fragile glass slipper poised to shatter at the slightest misstep. The night unfolded with all the glitz expected of society, but Clara could feel the tether of her past clinging tightly. As suitor after suitor sought her attention, the laughter echoed hollowly in her ears, reminding her of the shadows that had quenched her spirit. Surrounded by the glamour of the ball, her gaze flickered to her mother's watchful eyes, brimming with hope for a favorable match. Clara's heart ached for vindication, for the sweet release from the scars of rejection that taunted her daily. Letters from earlier years lingered in her mind, words written by hopeful love interests that ultimately faded into oblivion. The whys echoed in her thoughts, each rejection forming an invisible barrier between the life she yearned for and the one she inhabited. The once vivid dreams of love began to crumble like ash, yet the spark within her heart shone with unexpected resilience. As the festivities wore on, Clara navigated the myriad of eyes that scrutinized her every move. Yet when she dared to catch Edward's gaze across the ballroom, his presence had a way of silencing doubts, igniting a flicker of hope. Sifting through the layers of mistrust and expectations, she found a connection too profound to ignore. In stolen moments between dances, she began to share fleeting glimpses of herself with him, her passions, her fears. As shared laughter ensued, the hushed banter fueled by the magnetic energy pulsing between them. What had started as societal obligation began to shift toward a sanctuary, a respite from her solitary existence. Clara felt lightness sweeping through her heart when Edward revealed nuggets of his own past, a testament to trials he had endured. Their budding emotional intimacy turned vulnerability into warmth, reshaping their dance into a refuge from the world outside. As spring coated the grounds of the Whitmore estate, the gardens erupted in colors vivid and vibrant, an analogue to Clara's emerging spirit. The confinement of the ballroom, once filled with suffocating expectations, transformed like the blossoms around her. Clara rode through the expansive grounds, the wind billowing her skirts. Each gallop turned into a celebration of newfound autonomy and strength. She and Edward ventured into the gardens together, exchanging stories amid the petals of the blooming life around them. The warmth of the sun became their companion, fabricating an atmosphere where dreams and laughter mingled freely. Clara sensed the shifting tide within, a blossoming sense of self that defied the constraints of social norms. Nature mirrored her transformation, releasing her from the oppressive bonds of expectation as she embraced her own desires with fearless tenacity. Just as the season bloomed in spirited whispers of love, a dark cloud loomed over their burgeoning affection. Rumors began to ripple through high society, fueled by Lady Arabella, who saw Clara's connection to Edward as a threat to her ambitions. It was just a matter of time before whispers turned into accusations, scandalous gossip that painted Edward with a brush of deceit and darkness. The day a letter was delivered, bearing the malicious gossip ignited fear within Clara's heart. They leaked rumors of wrongdoing on Edward's part, asserting that he was entangled in treachery. Clara felt the burden of their truth as they weighed heavily upon her, tearing at the bond they had formed. She faced the impending storm, torn between loyalty and societal condemnation, aware that every decision could alter their fates forever. The impending confrontation unfolded in a battle of wits and emotions, leading Clara to confront Edward amidst whispers of doubt. In the grand ballroom, with guests bearing witness, she stepped forward, determined to defend him against the tide of gossip. It was in that charged moment Alan exposed evidence of his innocence, revealing the schemes orchestrated by Arabella. Clara's heart raced as Edward faced the assembly, at first guarded but slowly unveiling his truth. The ice between them melted under the warmth of genuine trust forged within trials. The sharp edges of judgment softened, as Clara openly professed her unyielding belief in him, laying bare her heart to all. As the final confrontation reached its zenith, they found that love was worth the fight, transcending all the barriers life and society placed before them. As the tumult of the confrontation settled, the ballroom echoed with a hush that signified a change not just for them, but for the entirety of society. Clara and Edward, together now, emerged as champions of vulnerability and trust, contemplating their journey under the realm of piercing chandeliers. The weight of secrets and conspiracies was lifted, allowing warmth to sweep through their hearts. Clara saw Edward anew, recognizing the strength that lay in acceptance and love's power to hope. The murmurs of doubt faded into the background, replaced by support and camaraderie, transformed from spectators into allies. With silent consent, they embraced as partners, the pulse of the music calling them back to the dance floor. Together, they moved in sync, clad in a flourishing sense of rebirth, their souls intertwined like the blooms of spring, awakening from winter's grasp. The Whitmore estate, now a beacon of renewal, hosted a spring celebration, a celebration of love and unity. Clara stood in the lush gardens beside Edward, surrounded by friends and family, each heart warmed by the transformation of their love. The flowers, blossoming in wild abundance, reflected Clara's own spirit, unfurling with confidence and resilience. The shadows of isolation had dispersed, replaced by laughter and shared dreams. Now a paragon of compassion, Clara embraced her identity, championing the very qualities once considered undesirable. The course of their lives had led them here, proving love could not only flourish but transform. As the sun dipped below the horizon, they exchanged vows, entwining their destinies with whispered promises of faith, honor, and love, an eternal dance of unity amid life's unpredictable strains. Tucked amid jubilant festivity, a woman approached Clara, eyes glistening with gratitude and admiration, a reminder of the deeper connections forged through shared trials. With every hand held, every tear shed at the night's culmination, Clara recognized love's profound impact. It wasn't merely an arrangement or a fleeting excitement. It was a commitment to one another's growth amid adversity. Their story became woven into the community's tapestry. Clara took to heart that even the most tender victories could blossom amid trials, and her tale would serve as a beacon to many who had once felt alone. As late-night festivities continued, Clara felt a steadfast hope settle, a promise that every heart, if persistent enough, could discover love. As Clara looked into Edward's eyes, a soft satisfaction filled the air. It was a reflection of all they had endured together. With every moment poised to begin anew, Clara mused on a truth that beckoned her heart. Growth often springs from struggle. She felt compelled to encourage those around her to pursue the same depths of their dreams, reminding them to embrace their true selves, free of societal cages. The night danced on, illuminating truths to those eager to embrace their narratives without reservation. Clara would ensure that those whose paths crossed hers would forever know the essence of love, loyalty, and the beauty of rising against all odds. It was a gentle reminder of a life bathed in grace, where love triumphed over all earthly trials. In tales spun of love, resilience, and transformation, a gentle moral emerges. Love's true nature is found in embracing who we are in all our imperfections. Clara's journey led her to uncharted territories, revealing that vulnerability is strength. Reflecting back, she wished to share this with anyone who stood lost amidst the shadows, unsung and fearful. "Let love lead you," she whispered, imploring her audience to step forth and share their stories of growth and redemption. "Let us remind ourselves and one another that we are worthy of our dreams, and that love will find its way, as it has through time and eternity." With intention and grace, her heart echoed hope, a call to embrace the dance of life and love now and always. As the guests began to disperse, the gentle glow of lanterns flickering amidst the night sky mirrored the excitement within Clara's heart. Change was the only certainty in life, yet the certainty of love remained steadfast. With Edward by her side, they ventured back into the world hand in hand, imbued with the spirit of possibility. The city would spin tales and cast shadows, but within their hearts rested courage. They were not merely figures in a fleeting romance, but carriers of a story that beckoned others to believe in the power of connection. Towards the future, Clara felt a softness in her heart, one that urged her to dream without bounds. The night's echoes would linger, gentle reminders that love, much like the spring, would always find a way to bloom anew. In the months that followed, Clara and Edward became known not just for their remarkable love story, but for the ripples of change they inspired within society. They attended gatherings not simply as a couple bound by affections, but as advocates for those who felt marginalized and unseen. With every compassionate act, every shared conversation, they made strides toward creating a lasting impact. Communities began to shift, understanding the breadth of love's embrace, nurturing healthy expressions beyond tradition's constraints. Clara grew to shed old provocations, forging paths of acceptance alongside Edward. Their collective journey would remain undeterred, marking a new era defined by kindness and unity, where every serendipitous moment birthed hope. As seasons changed, memories of the scandal faded into whispers. In their place, tales of Clara and Edward's unwavering spirit took root, inspiring generations. Their story became a timeless parable championing love's endurance. From their endeavors grew schools promoting individuality, arts fostering creativity, and communities built on shared dreams. Families honored Clara and Edward through gatherings where shared stories echoed. Clara's heart brimmed with contentment, a life woven richly with understanding that love's essence is to uplift. Their legacy left an imprint on countless hearts, teaching that acceptance, warmth, and courage were not just ideals, but real power within reach for everyone. And as they would reflect on their adventures, Clara and Edward would smile, knowing they had danced through fires and emerged victorious, urging others to unabashedly seize their destinies. Inviting all who heard their tale, Clara wished to share her cherished lesson. Love weathers life's trials and sorrow. There was an inherent beauty in the dance of life, an invitation crafted through vulnerability and affection. With candlelight flickering at each gathering, she implored others to seek connection, to know themselves and embrace their stories. With every narrative shared, parallels began to thread through societal hearts, awakening notions that had long been dormant. "Never shy away from truth," Clara would whisper to anyone willing to listen. "Cherish what lies within you, nurture it, and watch love bloom endlessly." The firelight ignited courage within and inspired warmth towards one another, breathing life into realities that had been cast aside. Thus, through her words, Clara sought to create a ripple effect, love leading the way in a world craving connection. Years passed, and the legacy of love continued, blooming as Clara and Edward formed a family embracing the meaning of unity. Love was more than an emotion. It was a celebration, one not bound by restrictions. The estate filled with laughter, where Clara and Edward's children played. The joy resonated through the halls, echoing a harmony of freedom, where dreams were dreamt without boundary. Together, they revisited the gardens where their love had flourished. In those moments, Clara understood that life was an intricate tapestry, woven from all experiences cherished. Each tale of laughter, each shared tear formed threads of joy. It became their practice to cultivate those bonds within the community, allowing stories of love to flourish where once there was despair. For love, in all its forms, became the essence sustaining their connection, illuminating paths for others, navigating life's twists and turns. On the eve of their anniversary, Clara and Edward gathered their family beneath the stars. With the soft glow of candlelight twinkling around them, they shared tales of trials and triumphs that wove the very fabric of their lives. Clara realized that reflection, moments of stillness, carried weight. "What we've built together is a testament to the strength in vulnerability," she spoke, her voice filled with gratitude. Their journey was crafted from perseverance, dreams, and, most importantly, love. Clara looked at Edward, whose presence had stirred a rebirth within her. Each memory illuminated the facets of their entwined souls as they acknowledged the power of resilience and self-acceptance. They would continue to give light to others, leading the way in their community with a promise that love was never just an ending, but the essence that began anew with every dawn. In the heart of the Whitmore estate, a small library was established, a hub of creativity and knowledge honoring the power of love as the cornerstone of community. Clara invited those whose paths had crossed hers, sharing resources, art, and narratives to inspire dreamers. The gentle whispers of encouragement traveled the halls, where every child and adult alike found refuge within the pages of stories waiting to unfold. It was a tribute to the belief that love could heal hearts, create aspirations, and imbue strength within. Each generation lived under a canopy of recollections, reminders of Clara's journey. Friends gathered, lifelong bonds blossomed in shared experiences, sown by the nurturing of love's ideals. Together, they fostered a unity that outlasted trials, affirming that while the world changed, the legacy of love would remain ever present, rooted within their hearts as a cherished guide. Decades later, as Clara and Edward became the honored witnesses of their children's unions, they reflected on the evolving tapestry of their life, crafted by fortitude and love. With each generation, the echoes of their journey rippled like music. Clara felt a renewed sense of purpose as each wedding unfolded under the blossoms of the gardens where it all began. Sharing danced memories with the bridal couples, Clara imparted cherished wisdom wrapped in love's embrace. Dance through life with an open heart. Know that love isn't just an end, but a journey to be celebrated. Each celebration breathed warmth into the guests, uniting them in joy. Clara realized that love's true essence was in the dance of life, an exploration that never truly ended, but rather transcended through every shared heartbeat. Ultimately, Clara and Edward understood that their story was forever interwoven within the fabric of countless lives, an eternal thread spinning through time. In quiet moments, as they explored the sunrise together, hearts forever entwined, Clara believed the dance would go on, a celebration unbridled by time. Every experience they shared, hand in hand, resembled the petals of flowers turning bravely toward the sun, reminding their children to embrace authenticity. Their laughter echoed through the estate, reminiscent of fragile yet bold beginnings, affirming that love, rooted in reality and dreams, would entwine their futures. Clara knew, as dusk descended over the estate where her journey began, that love was not bound by circumstance, but rather it was a gift to be shared. And so she whispered her blessings into the winds, an offering of eternal love and hope for generations to come. As she drew in the last breath of twilight air, Clara felt a gentle pull toward her family gathered. Together they reflected on her journey and the importance of love threading through their existence. With tenderness lingering on her lips, she folded her hands, a moment of gratitude rising within. She knew that amid society's storms, truth and love would always prevail. "Keep this light alive," she urged the gathering, "for love heals and lightens even the darkest nights." Each heart around her echoed promises of love, rebirth, and the fortitude to embrace their unique narratives. Clara's spirit would live, woven into their tales, an enduring reminder of the power loved shared, resonating in hope, kindness, and acceptance. And in that closing light, every soul understood they too could blossom fearlessly, no matter the trials that lay ahead. As the season turned once more, Clara gathered her family, sharing stories interlaced with wishes tucked within laughter. They spoke of dreams awaiting to take flight beyond quaint garden walls, unraveling destinies unnoticed until now. With firelight dancing through their lives, Clara implored them to nurture the soil of courage, planting seeds of love into the hearts of all whom they met. She realized that in every whispered wish of love, something beautiful breathed into existence. Seasons may shift, but the essence of hope lingered. Clara and Edward would instill resilience within their children and share lessons carved from lived experience. Each tale became an anchor, promising their path of love would never cease to guide them. And as stories echoed around the embers, hearts once sheltered emerged, ready to warm the world anew through the grace of connection. Clara often marveled at the unseen bonds connecting every soul, an invisible thread of love that resonated beyond the grasp of formality. In her reflections, she realized that many engaged with life akin to the dance they once shared, the gentle waltz of interactions that shaped destinies. As time entranced the estate, she fostered gatherings where friends and families could converge, igniting joy and long-forgotten laughter. Every soul who crossed the threshold received warmth, assuring each cherished connection had its rightful place. Every hand held, every story recounted became threads woven through a greater fabric. Clara recognized that love did not solely unite. It built bridges, a symphony of voices harmonizing toward a brighter future. And in this profound understanding, she affirmed that every heart beating true would always find resonance, even amid life's unpredictable rhythm. With every passing season, Clara vowed to remain a servant of change, a conduit leading hearts to love. Her essence intertwined with the vitality of the estate, ensuring they embodied hope and light, caring for one another with deep reverence. Each challenge shared among the growing family became blessings deepened by laughter, illuminating the path for many wandering in search of connection. Clara loved fostering lasting friendships while promoting love beyond their thresholds, fueling conversations that blossomed into timeless stories. She understood that love transformed individuals, communities, and outcomes they could influence collectively. It nestled in their hearts, an echoing promise that within the embrace of unity lay the sheer vibrancy of life awaiting to unfold. And Clara, amidst it all, cultivated a culture of kindness, encouraging their journeys to dance freely into the unknown. Years later, as the estate enveloped fresh generations, the gardens flourished, speaking a language only love could yield. Children ran through the petals and laughter danced through autumn leaves, resonating joy, an homage to a life of unconditional love shaped by Clara and Edward's paths. The whispers of the past remained ever present, reminding them of the choices forged within resilience. Families gathered, nurturing friendships extended far beyond their origins, rooted within the very ethos Clara cherished most. Future wedding bells chimed, and stories intertwined like threads in a vast tapestry where Clara's legacy flickered with hope. It was in these moments they understood life was a mosaic, a beauty reclaimed from the fabric of existence. Each bloom became poetry, written in the delicate strokes of dreams unfolding in a world kissed by love. With Clara and Edward now respected pillars of their community, they volunteered their time to mentor others, fostering healing and recovery within broken hearts. They became champions for acceptance, organizing gatherings that opened realms of conversation and education, turning pain into purpose. Every story shared enriched the fabric of understanding. Clara seized the opportunity to solidify their narratives, ensuring lessons persisted through whispers of hope. She often marveled as transformations blossomed across faces introduced to new life, hearts reclaiming joy, families remolding futures, and communities embracing the spectrum of love. The estate breathed serenity, a backdrop where every person mattered and every heart echoed the brilliance of unity. Within these moments of healing, Clara's heart soared, understanding love's true power to mend the cracks of life. As Clara and Edward transitioned into the twilight of their lives, they embraced each moment with gratitude, the culmination of years filled with love, service, and laughter. Time may have woven its shifts and changes, yet the essence of their journey resonated through generations. They hosted celebrations, laden with cherished stories told under the summer stars. Those who had once whispered rumors of scandal now returned with admiration, honoring the lineage and bond nurtured in grace. Their home remained a sanctuary, a testament to the enduring legacy of love, marked by kindness, courage, and acceptance. Clara took pride in knowing she led a life of impact, one where each heart felt valued. As twilight fell softly like a blanket, she and Edward would whisper sweet expressions of thanks, looking forward not with trepidation, but with joyful anticipation, a celebration of life, love, and everything yet to come. Within the peace of the Whitmore estate, Clara enshrined values, teaching children that love illuminated paths leading forward, nurturing spirit and connection through each chapter. Facing life's constants of change, she encouraged them to find peace within the shadows. It became their family's mantra, embracing wounds not as scars but stepping stones toward deeper connections. With every gathering organized under the stars, Clara watched countless connections bloom. The garden, once a symbol of solitude, now thrived with laughter and life. Each child she nurtured carried this ethos forward, a reminder that strength is fortified through love. Just as the seasons blended together, Clara and Edward embraced their blend of experiences, mirroring the mosaic of life, an intricate dance of heartstrings intertwined, each note resonating with harmony. Decades later, in hushed voices, they gathered to discuss the final gifts they'd leave behind. Clara and Edward envisioned a future where love burgeoned in every heart they touched, knowing they had sown the seeds of compassion and understanding across generations. They crafted letters to their children, words summoning memories and confidences imparted through the years filled with hope. With every sentence woven, they penned a reminder to embolden, uplift, acknowledge heart's whispers. Clara viewed this as a parting gift. The letters became time capsules of love, unlocking the art of authenticity. Their kids held them dear through every triumph, feeling the essence of unwavering support. And as they read through the pages brimming with warmth and wisdom, even after Clara and Edward transitioned, love would remain their guiding light through life's currents. As years continued their relentless march, Clara and Edward, surrounded by family, felt the call of reunion. A gentle resolve remained among those they cherished. Their legacies thrived as young couples uncovered letters, still brimming with hope and love. On the evening of remembrance, they illuminated the fields where laughter once rang out, recalling not just their tale, but contributions made by countless souls. Clara's tenets of kindness echoed through time, breathing warmth into hearts as stories continued to intertwine, igniting the fire of community rooted in love. As twilight fell, Clara felt their spirit lifted. Family gathered felt interconnected as they spoke of adventures and hardships shared. It showed them that while individual paths diverged, the shared essence of resilience remained. Life resonated like echoes, keeping Clara and Edward's love alive, an everlasting embrace uniting once more. In a serene moment amid their family, Clara felt her heart swell as stories intertwined through generations, their essence represented in every flickering flame. The firelight illuminated faces, each bearing traces of her legacy, woven into conversations celebrating love and acceptance, bridging the gaps of experience. As laughter peaked, the warmth seeped into souls within the circle encouched. Every heart-seeking connection felt the importance. Within the shadows cast by brilliant flames, stories of resilience danced, a collective memory that would persevere through trials, keeping their spirits alive. Clara took solace knowing each descendant would navigate life through kindness, spreading the warmth gifted through her and Edward's journey, reminding the world that love had the power to transcend time. In her heart, she envisioned future gatherings, firelight's embrace inviting every heart to share its story. On the eve of each anniversary, Clara and Edward's legacy grew stronger, a seed planted firmly within the community. Each child emerged as a beacon of hope, inheriting the flame from generations past, continuing to sow the seeds of love nurtured over time. As seasons changed, ceremonies flourished, commemorating the journeys they had traveled, igniting spirits forever blessed by Clara and Edward's trail of light. They sought ways to imbue traditions, while allowing the gentle shift of renewal to weave its way into their hearts. Laughter filled gardens where once heartaches persisted, a harmony blossoming anew into every pocket of the community. What once seemed a distant dream became their reality, as Clara urged them to embrace individuality while remaining interconnected. She watched her children unfold by absorbing the light that would bless not only their lives, but forge paths for others in their journey forward. With festivities spanning the estate, Clara and Edward invited friends and families to celebrate life in an extravagant gathering, honoring love's divine gifts. Beneath a canopy of constellations, every candle flickered like hopes rekindled, illuminating dreams shared among generations. Clara highlighted their lessons, embracing individuality while nurturing bonds, each story adding to the tapestry of their existence. As heartfelt speeches echoed through the evening air, excitement getting louder, she reveled in watching love thrive within her family. It was their intention to foster sincerity, rooted in authenticity, the kind of love standing the trials of time. Laughter intertwined with stories old and new, assuring the kinship they honored had journeyed through witness and celebration. As the stars glittered like precious fragments of love, Clara felt a resolve once more, a promise that their love would forever guide those daring enough to dream. As the evening festivities swelled, Clara and Edward took to the dance floor, lost in the euphoria of a celebration that mirrored their own journey. With every note they surrendered to familiar rhythms, their hearts swelling with the joy of profound connection woven over time. Mirroring the past, they relished how far they had come together. Doing so inspired their legacy. Whispers of their story ignited love among every couple who swayed to the music. Their embrace resonated, encompassing all who witnessed, bridging souls from diverse paths into unity and acceptance. Within the lively dance, Clara felt the essence of life bloom around her, stirring a passion for more future conversations, a nurturing embrace that transcended boundaries. As dusk welcomed a sprinkling of stars, Clara pledged to keep their stories alive, a reminder that the dance of love would forever continue. As the festivities slowed, Clara and Edward retreated to a shaded alcove, allowing the quiet of the evening to envelop them. They exchanged knowing glances, mirrored reflections of years gone by. With each heartbeat synchronized, They acknowledged how intertwined their narratives had become. Time had reshaped them, revealing new layers of understanding while nurturing the essence of love deeper than they had anticipated. Here, enveloped in tranquil shadows, they honored moments of vulnerability shared along their journey. The battles fought, hearts mended, and every milestone shared sparked belief and trust. Clara came to understand that each whisper of time marked growth, echoing through their home's heart, a beautiful testament to the slow yet fulfilling journey they had walked together. As the stars twinkled gently above, they embraced the stillness of the moment, knowing that each shared memory would serve as a guiding light in the paths that lay yet before them. As their journey through life drew closer to sunset, Clara stood with Edward. Not an end, but a cherished ballet of existence, intertwined with moments spent together. She held his hand, reflecting on paths once untrodden, yet now familiar, the adventure of love unfolding before them. Each remark about their shared experiences, laced with grace, served as remembrances of trials conquered, lessons embraced, and an affinity growing deeper. Through laughter and fiery trials, they emerged as pillars of love wielding gentleness in their community, inspiring many. While they may not dance under the stars forever, Clara knew that echoes of their love had laid the groundwork for others to follow suit, their legacy blooming like spring flowers. With every final note resonating in the light of their presence, she whispered words of gratitude into the night. The true dance was living every heartbeat alongside Edward, forever leading them onward in the endless ballet of life and love. In those final moments, Clara understood that life's dance often reflected experiences laden with connection. She felt Edward's heartbeat close to her ear, while cocooned in memories painting both joy and solace through years spent together. As they reflected on the worlds built from love, she cherished the understanding that love had nurtured every ounce of happiness they encountered. Looking into Edward's eyes, she saw history, struggles, triumphs, and all thoughts unfurled as strands woven into their narrative. Ultimately, she knew their love would evolve beyond time, echoing whispers through generations embraced by warmth and acceptance. Even under the cloak of twilight, Clara wished for all encountering love to understand its magnificence, knowing it is a precious journey worthy of endeavors. Together, they took one last deep breath, closing their eyes as they surrendered to the fading light, feeling love envelop them for eternity. Embracing the final dance with Edward, Clara wished to reflect on their journey, a reminder for those who listen to value love unfurling amid struggles and triumph. Her heart echoed the message. Let every soul remember the threads woven through connection, how love heals and nurtures resilience among uncertainties. As one writes their narrative, encourage love to flourish, she would share by candlelight, hoping to inspire whispers that echoed courage across future generations. Every story lives, forging pathways rooted in the strength that love invites. Clara was determined to ensure it blossomed fully, treasured, and truly understood. It is within the quiet moments that stories take shape, revealing love's essence, a collection of cherished moments fostering hope, igniting flames of community, energized by compassion. In time, the estate transformed into a sanctuary, not merely of memories, but of lessons imparted, the very foundation Clara imbued into her legacy. Spaces welcomed families seeking guidance, a testament to strength born of vulnerability. Community gatherings thrived, fueled by Clara and Edward's journeys, further illuminating the abundance of love's wisdom. Those within learned to celebrate life, cradle dreams, and embrace the beauty in every heart. Clara felt a deep fulfillment watching their kindness spread like ripples on a lake, reminding everyone that vulnerability too was strength. Ultimately, seeking warmth among connections forged, stemmed from those shared experiences, would empower souls to heal and grow. And just as swiftly, Clara transformed fleeting glances from yesteryears into winds of change, a certainty echoing that hope thrives within the love we share. As decades folded into years, Clara felt the echo of her life resonate through the halls of the estate, an undeniable pulse of the collective journey she'd seeded with love. Though silence often fell across the gardens where laughter once rang, she knew stillness carried its own music. a symphony of spirits intertwining through stories shared, breathing life into memories. She intently listened for the whispers of those who passed through her life, their tales continuing to bloom with each retelling. It was a gentle reminder of how far they had all come, often nurtured through the act of giving, witnessing love move and shift among their stories. That energy enveloped the estate, stirring Clara's heart, hopeful that life awaited further transformation despite life's unpredictable trajectory. As one last gathering unfolded under the stars, Clara invited kindred spirits connected through life's experiences to share in memories shared and stories spun anew. It was reminiscent of every gathering they'd hosted over the years, moments designed to illuminate paths where love thrived against all odds, laced with joy and compassion. Clara encouraged each storyteller to delve into their hearts, to embrace the ebb and flow that shaped their being as laughter echoed through the night air. Every tale became a reminder of love's tenacity, drawing individuals closer, despite trials faced. As the gathering drew together, Clara felt unity flourish, a beacon bottled within each sharing heart that would echo for generations to come, continuing the narrative she and Edward had begun, a testament to life dancing bravely through the shadows in pursuit of light. In the warm embrace of night gathering, Clara recognized the radiant power of unity transcending divisions. The stories shared gleamed like stars shining brightly in the cosmos, binding their spirits into a true interconnectedness visible in every face. With heartfelt gratitude, Clara expressed her desire for everyone present to notice how love intertwined their journeys. In that gentle pulse the energy lingered, a promise to remember that love, in all its nuances, would forever guide them. Clara felt the warmth wrap around her like a hug, as voices crescendo and laughter blended into a singular song, an anthem to resilience and hope. This gathering etched a vivid memory in all hearts present that transcended time, asserting the notion that love was a unifying force, capable of pulling anyone toward brighter tomorrows, no matter where they stood at present. As generations gathered to commemorate the anniversary of Clara and Edward's journey, the stories they had once recounted echoed like whispers across the horizon, as if stirring in the spaces that bound their legacy together. Children grew to recognize the beauty woven through their lineage, now equipped with the tools instilled by Clara's and Edward's teachings to foster love, acceptance, and courage. New chapters began to unfold, paving paths through adventures yet to be discovered. Clara reveled in hearing children recount how they approached their challenges, fortified by stories of connection that had nurtured their spirits through the years. The future brimmed with possibilities, as love blossomed in ways Clara could have never imagined, but she knew the essence remained steadfast, a celebration of hope inherited through trials and triumphs, destined to illuminate every heart as they marched forward hand in hand. One day, feeling the weight of time gently remind her of its passing, Clara strolled the gardens where petals greeted the morning dew, the same pathways where she once lavished in Edward's embrace. Memories lingered like echoes, and she felt compelled to share her thoughts with those around her. Clara wished to remind her loved ones that life was not measured solely by accomplishments, but by the moments given shape through connections formed. She recalled laughter shared under starlit skies and everyday gestures conveyed through glances exchanged. The beauty of her life resonated in every small act of kindness, a tapestry of existence unfurling before her. Clara wanted them to see that within each heartbeat lies a tale waiting to bloom, reaffirming their precious legacy, an unapologetic love existing across lifetimes, ready to guide others seeking solace amidst life's complexities. As Clara continued to wander through the estate, she embraced the circles of life, the ebbs and flows reflecting every connection forged anew since her journey began with Edward. Each heart she encountered became both a chapter and a continuation of the story constructed over generations. The intricate weave swelled with sentiment. They were notes echoing resilience, depicting encounters with laughter, sorrow, and redemption. Clara longed for those she loved to understand the beauty of togetherness, the ability to celebrate the ensemble of experiences, bridging disparate lives to create unity. She believed each circle possessed its rhythm, guiding everyone toward a greater understanding of their stories woven through shared love, steadily challenging values across generations until the final strokes of remembrance. The estate remained a sacred haven, a beacon forever inspiring connected souls dancing in unison. Now, at the dawn of a new era, Clara moved forward, fostering hope that would shine brightly in the coming days. The estate served as home, but it had transformed into a nurturing ground, a place invested in embracing visions for tomorrow. With every heartbeat of family gathered beneath the sweeping branches, wishes filled the air, echoing desires mingling into an intoxicating melody, resonating through love's embrace. Clara acknowledged the importance of cultivating dreams, reminding them that love garnered energy, enveloping every path while guiding them into the unknown. Discussions echoed the spirit of courage, revitalizing their hearts like petals kissing the dew. Woven in this richness danced their aspirations, beauty carrying gentle whispers toward tomorrow. Each breath acquired depth and significance, laced in shimmering undertones of shared hopes, eager to embrace the horizon, waiting to unveil itself with open arms. As memories twisted into the tapestry of Clara's existence, she recognized stories far-reaching, ever weaving destinies apart and together, reminding her that these accounts were more than mere reflections. They captured the essence of humanity over the years, telling tales of individuals rekindling love's light, despite life's unpredictable tempest. Clara wished to inspire those gathered around her to cherish existence, celebrating their right to a narrative vibrant with connection and purpose. Every shared heartbeat summoned those within their space, arousing warmth reminiscent of sunlight filtering through trees. Clara envisioned the words engraved on their hearts, flourishing as testament to their journey, a tribute to the intertwining paths leading to her story, while resounding the message that hope will always carry through. A reminder to treasure not just what occurred, but the beauty of existence alongside shared experiences, would weave into a legacy pulsating with life. As the sun began to set, embracing the estate in its warm glow, Clara felt love's imprint resonate through every shared moment lived. She gathered her loved ones, igniting conversations reflecting the strength of tenacity unfurling against the trials they had faced. Each tale told fed into the spirit of resilience. Together, they paid homage to the intricacies of their shared heritage, voices layered like notes in a melody intertwining. Reminding them of their collective remembrance, Clara yearned for them to feel admiration for their rich lineage, while acknowledging the legacy they held within. Every heartbeat of shared stories was also an echo of every individual, tethered and inclined to recognize how deeply they influenced one another. As dusk approached, Clara concluded ultimately that love cultivated a connection that rarely dims, forever shining bright thanks to the tapestry woven across time, an invitation to feed it with hands reaching toward the tomorrow ahead. With her family by her side, Clara understood the heartbeat of life resided within every pure connection forged. It sang through joyous laughter, tender warmth, and substantial friendships formed over seasons. As she recognized her smallest moments often mattered most, she captured this truth, a gentle reminder that within the fabric of love, woven through experiences, the energy persisted beyond mere recollection. To flourish, Clara now dedicated herself to preserve these precious memories that would linger and grow within each heart as they moved forward. Within life's myriad transitions, she reiterated the fragile beauty shaping their existence, the bonds that enriched their stories. In quiet moments shared, Clara reaffirmed their commitment to kindle the energy of connection and let it flow freely amongst them, an act reaffirming love could reach every corner and cradle each heart simultaneously as time continued its unyielding embrace. The soft whisper of possibility beckoned Clara into the coming dawns, where she reflected on how wisdom reigned strongest when grounded in love. As aspirations intertwined through shared heartbeats, she engaged her family in dreaming bigger, encouraging them to envision futures woven with audacious themes unconfined by the past. Each child gathered around her felt inspired, their own spirits ignited to embrace paths less trodden, knowing courage shines best when nurtured by familial support. It was here that Clara solidified her truth. Love was an invitation into uncharted territories. Every moment offered a chance to cultivate meaningful connections amidst life's flux and flow. She wished to see them each embrace those unfiltered paths, urging them to cherish life and all its wonders. Clara yearned for them all to forever feel empowered and uplifted in an ever-evolving world, steered by the wisdom found along their ancestral voyage of love. In the twilight of her years, Clara rejoiced in watching her family come together to celebrate life, an evening steeped in laughter and vibrant choreography, a culmination of Clara's teachings dancing through their lives. As the music played and love echoed in every step shared, she knew that this gathering paid homage to resilience, echoing other chapters repeated. Each shared motion welcomed connections, expressions vibrating with energy, igniting hearts and combining them in effortless beauty, a legacy of unity ultimately forged through shared experiences. Every child danced freely, bearing the imprint of their ancestors, who had groomed their kinship through hardships endured. As the evening concluded, Clara felt renewed pride knowing love's impressions would persist, passed down through all who cherished the inheritance of connection, reminding them to lead with love, embrace courage, and honor the dance of life imbued with hope. As dawn broke over the horizon, casting golden rays upon the Whitmore estate, Clara felt a rush of anticipation for every moment yet to manifest within the lives she cherished. Resilience flowed through their legacy, an energy not merely born of tradition, but one infused with each act of love and purpose, prevailing through life's transitions. As gatherings continued, the light of care and compassion shone through gathered hearts, celebrating the stories shared. Clara marveled at the magnitude of love and connection developing among each subsequent generation, cultivating legacies of their own. She envisioned values guiding her children as they lived vibrantly amidst each heartbeat, becoming voices of love echoing not just within the walls of her cherished family, but harmonizing eternally with countless other journeys. And so, with passion deep within her, Clara vowed to perpetuate the spirit of her journey, igniting fires that would inspire, uplift, and illuminate the paths drawn before her family as dawn rose upon their love anew. In each moment shared around the dinner table, Clara cherished not just meals, but moments transformed into dreams woven by her family's laughter, each heartbeat offering nourishment to souls united through experiences built of authenticity, resilience, and love. She invited her children to dream unabashedly, encouraging them to envision futures illuminating the horizon ahead. Clara understood that every dream reminded them of their shared journey, the palpable collective strength their family possessed. It prompted her to weave a tapestry of aspirations, unfurling through laughter, love, and shared stories. Around the table, she cherished recollections while asking each child to honor their place within the legacy nourished by hope, inviting the next era of dreamers to always recognize their ability. It was within their connection that visions of the morrows waited, brimming with potential, love, and passion, as snaps of laughter floated into the air amidst the expected gathering of those who adored them most. As the years unfurled, a collective consciousness molded new aspirations, and the Whitmore estate swirled with excitement as dreams emerged unfettered. Clara watched hearts blossom, inspiring them to navigate paths once obscured by uncertainty. Encouraging her family to honor their ancestors, she championed their stories while illuminating the way to forge their identities, not merely dictated by tradition, but steeped in love for themselves and one another. Each moment shared crossed new horizons. She observed how connections threaded through their lives expanded naturally, exuding warmth and exploration. Clara would invite them to seek life's mysteries, finding fulfillment through vulnerable journeys, while embracing unknown futures with resilience emergent from self-discovery and unity. Through every connection formed, Clara felt the proud legacy thrive, promising the heart of love would always persist amid life's challenges and unique landscapes yet traveled. Within Clara's heart, visions of new beginnings pulsed with potential. Inspired by the spark ignited long ago, she understood love flourished even amid adversities faced along life's course. As seasons shifted around her, she found solace in knowing that adventure lived within her family. Hearts open, forging their paths forward. With every gathering, they vowed to embrace one another freely as exploration beckoned. They bore witness to one another's growth, nurturing shared dreams while holding space for individual pursuits to blossom, intertwining narratives rich with hope and purpose. And thus, Clara felt reinvigorated, She championed them to paint their destinies inspired by every heartbeat so collectively shared. In each embrace held, Clara acknowledged they possessed an innate ability to foster connections that would transcend scattered moments in time while embedding themselves within a labyrinth of existence, binding them into the infinite beauty found through love as it rose vibrantly within new beginnings. Gesturing toward her larger family, Clara knew unity thrived through the intricate web of love, guiding each journey individual and shared. The journeys had undeniably enriched their spirits, allowing joy and resilience to ring true in every ear. It was a collective heart, a rhythm echoing laughter, a testament to every adversity transcended as growth manifested through experience. Engaging her family around the table, Clara expressed her contentment, proud of the reassurance that nurtured bonds flourished endlessly. In her musings, she spoke of the heartbeat that encapsulated their essence, a tether uniting them all in love, regardless of distance or hardship faced. Each moment embraced would echo through time and honor the legacy, reminding herself and others that within the depths of their connected hearts lay the ability to kindle unity, all while bearing the fortitude and empowerment bestowed to cherish that beat warmly. The winds that swept across the Whitmore estate instilled the gentlest of reminders. Life ebbed and flowed like whispers dancing on invisible currents. Each shift molded the foundation built upon decades of love, resilient longevity forged through heartbeats. Surrounding her in comforting embrace, Clara watched her family courageously confront and celebrate the changes wrought by time, honoring their unique growth narratives. They shared poetic stories that reminded them that love remained, an undercurrent perpetually flowing through shared reflections, joys, and tribulations, creating the tapestry that shaped their multi-generational legacy. With each breath shared, Clara invited them to lean into the winds, to embrace evolution patiently, reminding them that each heart transformed by connection held the power to navigate change, ever fortified among the embrace of love, made manifest amid trials, faced holding hands forevermore into the future. Years later, when Clara felt nostalgia blossoming within her heart, she gazed upon her family's gathered unity, witnessing the beauty of authenticity embraced. Celebrating meaningful moments, she hoped her generation had instilled values that nurtured honesty, acceptance, and love, elements ever present in formidable connections. With laughter radiating through the estate against the golden light of day, Clara meant to celebrate their identities formed through vulnerability, not masked by masks held high. Instead, she intended to cultivate acceptance leading to joyous liberations. Honoring each soul entrusted to her legacy, she took a moment to commend the power of authenticity, resting within their embrace. A reminder, love flourished when nurtured by honest expectations, an important mantra driving forward, as together they fostered resilience toward connections deepening amid life's ebb and flow. As the sun set behind the hill, Clara recognized that every fading light birthed brilliant shadows, whispered promises that echoed endlessly in coiled lifelines. Together with Edward, they held space for each heart as they gathered round, grateful for the shared journey they had traveled toward spin-offs of encounters illuminating life. It became imperative to remember they often traversed through darkness, yet emerged invigorated with life's resilience, fortified by love. Clara crafted moments of reflection amid the eventide, encouraging her family to share personal experiences, spotting in shadows, revealing depths to embrace against innermost fears. Together they celebrated hope prevailing, as they demonstrated to one another that love bridged every gap, lurking through valleys toward unseen sanctuaries crafted by acceptance. Each heartbeat resonated, reflecting assurance that even against shadows, brighter tomorrows awaited if their hearts learned to hold steadfast. Clara felt a swell of happiness, watching her family revel in laughter. It echoed through the estate like a vibrant heartbeat, the laughter of generations intertwined. Each chuckle represented a fragment of love's essence. It enlivened every emotional connection seated among them, illuminating the support that thrived through trials and triumphs alike. In those moments, her heart flowered, a reminder of her hopes kindling personal stories that established the foundation upon which all nourished their shared legacy. She invited every storyteller to continue enhancing their legacy. Life became richer when humor colored paths of connection, serving as a tribute to the past while bearing witness to moments yet unfurled. Clara believed that every ounce of laughter nourished relationships, allowing them to weather storms while dancing through seasons together, uniting in a symphony only forged by shared laughs bursting forth from the echoes of lived experiences. Amidst richly woven tales shared, Clara saw love blooming through each connection celebrated among her family and colleagues. This collective growth reminded her that memories could flourish when nurtured with intention. Each moment honored pulled them closer together. It was life asserting itself beautifully, as time slipped through soft embraces, filled with dreams waiting to come alive again. Clara anticipated each familiar gathering, the energy of connection igniting courage within them all. She wished them to recognize the transformative power that flourished within each voice, encouraging them to continue shaping a world emboldened by empathy and compassion. They became timeless witnesses locked within moments of truth, freely expressing their desires, evolving into honesty born through connection that continued guiding their steps forward into a future infused with vibrant possibilities once unknown. As Clara stood alongside Edward, hand in hand once more, she felt that their story, the intertwining journeys, had become synonymous with transformation. Each day became infused with the promise of tomorrows, nurtured through love, inviting them to cherish new experiences, waiting to flourish among those gathered. Clara intended for their family to graciously warrior every moment earned together, embracing both joy and sorrow as vital threads sewn tightly to light their way. With every breath, she spoke words of gratitude that would propel them forward, reminders that love could thrive beyond time's scope. This became a canvas painted with hopes spilling into uncharted territory beyond the horizon, the promise of tomorrow illuminated as the glow of dawn gently seeded into their hearts, empowering spirit and purpose to forge ahead in life's eternal dance, forever graced by love. Clara, her heart swelling with fulfillment, prepared for one last heartfelt farewell. Surrounded by flooded memories brought forth again, she cherished every moment within the estate she nurtured. She invited her family to share their reflections, allowing them to understand the importance of stepping forth to embrace love, especially in darkness. Clara conveyed how essential each person made their journeys. The connections forged through trials echoed loud and clear. It was an opportunity, a letting go of their past where kindness blossomed relentlessly, while welcoming future possibilities unbridled within every heartbeat. They stood united for the last gathering, a celebration of hope woven through shared memories amidst roots intertwined deeply among generations. Clara felt that although her form would return to dust, her spirit would flourish forever, a promise to carry love's legacy into every earthbound whisper flowing forth through time. As Clara departed, she envisioned the eternal circle of life, a rhythm woven through the tapestry of love they shared. With open hearts, her family would continue nurturing the roots laid down, allowing their spirits to flourish together in harmony. Stories would spill freely among each gathering, reaffirming a connectedness that bridged distances born of circumstance. In this nurturing embrace, Clara realized transformation never ceased. New joys and challenges awaited on the horizon, with each new generation stepping forth hand in hand. And so, she quietly wished for them to carry forth lessons of love and light into their embrace, forever affecting hearts drawn near with shimmering threads unfolding brighter tomorrows. Even when boundless changes swept among the winds, love would remain the binding force, the foundation built upon strength, courage, and hope, journeying forth through each cycle's embrace toward eternity. With Clara's spirit eternally alive within every recollection established amid laughter, joy, trials, a tapestry enriched with resilience and love flourished. The stories she shared and flames she kindled now glimmered like stars illuminating the night sky, silhouetting the love encasing their existence. Connecting across realms and generations, Clara felt their hearts intertwining, tethered in bonds crafted from countless memories turned treasures born from love, a vibrant reminder of her impact nested in every whisper. As the family continued to forge forward, she envisioned the light of their lineage igniting tales still waiting within the folds of time. Clara would soar alongside the nurturing vines, growing richer, carrying the warmth of shared experiences. She believed they would keep her spirit alive, with every beat of laughter shimmering brighter through every generation to come. As the seasons rolled onward, Clara and Edward's legacy, an odyssey aspiring to transcend time, became enshrined. Through the gathering storms, their family came together as protectors of the beautiful narrative they had written, the stories imparted remaining steadfast, woven into the very fabric of their existence. Together, everything they nurtured turned into the triumph of love, fatigue, hope. The echoes built upon Clara's strong foundation. They held as a reminder that belief springs eternal. Clara's heart soared each time gentle breezes whispered their inscribed love stories. Love crafted through shared laughter held the power to outlast beyond all trials, embarking toward new journeys, planned through meaningful connections. And as new families formed under her legacy, unbreakable threads bonded through love, frontiers yet to be explored awaited, and Clara felt the beginnings awaiting every moment brimming with possibility for her beloved descendants. In those quiet moments, Clara served as a beacon illuminating endless possibilities that rolled within darkness. The love forged over time traveled invisibly among her family, navigating life's currents, while fortifying connections promised to endure the tests of time. Clara understood the depth of adversity would fuel their compassion, a willingness to offer hope where shadows lurked. During every interaction, pieces of their legacy entrusted to Clara surged forth, sparking immense warmth and a sense of purpose amongst generations born anew, exploring paths leading them to joy. It became essential for Clara to nurture stories of survival threaded together while tending to the love of each child, honoring their transformations through challenges that catapulted them courageously toward navigating uncharted horizons. Together, Clara encouraged them to dive into the unknown while always grounding themselves in love's brilliance, further reflecting a promise that light could illuminate even the deepest shadows found throughout life. For Clara, life inspired an acceptance of differing contributions, flourishing among her family's diverse narratives, each positioned within love's embrace. She cheered on their growth, understanding every unique story woven into the whole only contributed richness, creating a vibrant canvas defined by acceptance. With each heart traveled closer beneath shared heavens, together they celebrated not merely individuality, but the power unearthed through collective gratitude. The very essence of their identity, as a family, anchored every journey with unwavering love. As Clara guided them on new paths, moving freely toward the ever-changing world waiting outside the estate, she invited every heart to cherish the beauty born from sharing and, embracing moments of vulnerability, strengthened greater connections that interlaced their destinies, leading them vibrantly forward, while continuing to nurture the seedlings, nurturing a legacy that would endure. With every moment shared under twilight skies, Clara honored the beauty of existence, threaded among all souls' paths, intertwined through uniquely crafted destinies. As they gathered on fate-covered evenings, Clara cherished the depth of life. Wherever trials faced marked new beginnings built upon steadfast bonds. Every voice echoed through memories, reminding her all lives grew richer through tenderness within spirit, reaching forth together, deeply rooted in love. Clara worked diligently to inspire her family to embrace various life encounters, while reinforcing their interconnections. It became poignantly beautiful as she urged every heart to honor their experiences. And amidst all life's changes, Clara beamed with pride as she witnessed the unique rhythms unfold through shared stories, while exceptionally marked each milestone elevating them higher. It was this awareness of what love meant that reminded all of them of a supernatural tapestry, unbroken, adorned with woven resilience through each heartbeat listened. Through every refuge found together, Clara knew that nurturing souls, like a delicate garden, required attentive love and patience. Just as flowers blossomed through seasons, each life called forth community strength that bolstered love's presence felt near. Clara eagerly participated in creating spaces where her family would cultivate their dreams, overshadowed perhaps by doubts, yet always rooted, deeply anchored beneath unwavering support, flourished. Crafting moments filled in her garden of hearts, Clara valued the connections tending to warmth present, amid every trial faced collaboratively turned inspiring. Each voice found harmony, singing together through moments experienced, keeping her heart pulsing even as generations shifted. It became the foundation where growth and possibility unfolded, the blooms whispering confirmation that love remained the eternal gardener of lives nurtured together, contributing color through every heartbeat valuing. As the estate blossomed under welcoming hands, Clara embraced time at its leisure, perpetuating unforgettable moments shared while inviting new families to grow within its embrace. Hearing their stories seeded inspiration, reminding Clara of every generation past, the familiarity of narratives threading through heart connections with joy. With open arms, she affirmed the bond loved, nurtured, bridged every corner, transcending horizons beyond the subtle. Her guidance propelled the discovery of truth, the beauty hidden amid everyday lives' entwined atmospheres of laughter, gratitude, and love remained indelibly present. Clara gathered family under the stars once more, loving urging them to share tales crafted, alive with veneration and warmth illuminating their hearts. Hopes blossomed vividly, cultivating a shared intention to uphold values and dreams that encouraged resilience among connected lives. She envisioned these sentiments blossoming into stories continuing beyond time while nourishing her legacy, creating the essence of life lived. Years later, as the embers of love illuminated the hearth, Clara felt the warmth of countless memories enfolding her. Generation after generation returned to the estate beneath starlit skies, embers rekindling their familial connection forged anew within shared suppers, unity punctuated by laughter. This space had become sacred, a vessel cradle nurturing bonds that enveloped conversations, spun with tenderness, while allowing recollections to flourish in freshness. Clara conjured dreams alive, a promise of hope now tangible radiating with each exchange, fueling a connection among all gathered. Those feeling lost would be drawn near. The essence of her journey remained clear. She intended for everyone to share stories, profound beauty, rooted in harmonious warmth, while sparking curiosity toward promising futures, waiting to bloom as vibrant narratives crafted anew, all while love persisted through cycles of time, ebbing and flowing freely in powerful brilliance. A gentle reminder filled the air as Clara saw the clicks between connections, each heartbeat echoing resonates that carried weight. She encouraged her loved ones to pay attention to those precious moments shared, as fleeting yet poignant reflected their outcomes as life sprouted from fragmented recollections, telling of lives lived with authenticity. Amidst laughter woven into their gatherings, Clara cherished discovering how love constantly infused warmth into every soul, making paths clearer, calling forth growth into focus, while gently turning toward brighter tomorrows. Each life presence became a beacon, shining gently into the remaining void as windows opened wide to new perspectives. And so Clara vowed to remain present among every moment, gently nudging all to continue embracing new beginnings as they blossomed from shared memories, forever holding firm amidst life's twists and turns while inviting resolution, a thread dancing beautifully alive amid transitions. With her heart full, Clara gazed toward the wide-open doors welcoming all journeys yet undiscovered beyond the estate walls. She noted that symbols of love often presented themselves within life at the most unexpected of junctions. Clara felt a surge of blessing unification welling as journeys aligned, bringing them all together amidst seasons shared. Accentuating the joined connections of unique narratives and experiences cultivated, etched through shared souls, had become inherent pieces qualities breathing beauty through their evolving lives. She treasured every doorway crossed together, nurturing bonds forged through moments truly together. Whether navigating challenges or celebrating triumphs together, each step faced forever lifted hearts toward vibrant paths, authentically intertwined while championing future precious cycles of illumination, inviting growth so their legacy continued without barriers into the hopeful expanse of tomorrow waiting to unfold. In Clara's heart, the threads of tomorrow lingered, patiently waiting amidst all stories shared. She envisioned children's dreams blossoming, igniting the dawn with vibrant energy flowing from every soul engaged across generations. The lessons always nurtured through pain and bliss became paramount, in preparing every member for the future. She encouraged them to cherish aspirations, materializing in the weave of what came before. Clara cherished seeing connections evolve, knowing could unleash a new generation unfolding, as supportive fragments would join together to build vibrant houses fueled by love among families. Individual growth paired perfectly among shared stories forever created unity and inclusion, a promise they extended between every encounter while approaching yet uncharted phases of life. Clara affirmed that together they faced what was remarkable would become greatness built warmly over the shared experiences, threaded through time thus, becoming a light guiding hearts onward, once again transcending their legacies. Years later, the Whitmore estate stood as a sparkling testament to Clara and Edward's enduring love, a story worthy of retelling. Over time, their family grew, building new paths filled with laughter, kindness, and connection. Their legacy became tales cherished as stories were sung, illuminating the heart of who they remained, timeless. Children ran through fields that had once been mere whispers of hope, the playground where dreams blossomed around the flowers, coaxing new love, embodying the spirit of resilience. Clara envisioned joyous union as each heart prepared for its intertwinement with another. She silently hoped that through them, love's wisdom would echo through ages, its strength palpable and timeless. As Clara and Edward watched generations flourish, they felt fulfilled, knowing they had begun this journey with courage. The heart of love remained alive, a pulse that would endure forever within the story, etched into the annals of time. A dance spun with authenticity and nurturing the life of a king and queen.